Living life, every day, late at night, not okay.
Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and I hope you're doing fine. I hope you're taking care of yourself, your mental health, your physical health, your everything that deals with you as a person. Okay, take care of yourself, and I hope the social media pressure is not making you feel like you're not good enough. I hope you're taking care of your own personal journey, and more importantly, owning your space and enjoying the moment. So growing up in the countryside and being exposed in a very different environment has really changed my way of thinking, something that I'm really grateful for. So today's video, I'll be sharing with you my personal story of growing up and me in the UK for 3 years. So what has changed and how has life changed me, for good, for bad? What are the laws that I had to deal with, the hard truths that I had to face, and how did I even, and even some of the glories, how did I even get to where I am right now? To just give you a small background of me. I'm just an ordinary girl who grew up in the village, and I lived in the countryside, Karori village, Ishiara Kwanyama. Life was good in the village, and so I spent most of the time with my grandma, so for 16 years, and then from there I went to high school, which was in a Thika. So I was exposed to a different lifestyle. Kwanza from the basics, that from at age 16 sikuwa najua kitu Google. So you can imagine, nimejua Google when I was 17, and then I came to the UK to compete with people or to study with people, or rather students who knew Google and internet and who had resources since birth, if we can put it like that. Or maybe by the age of 5 they know so many things about the world, but I'm just getting to know about the world once I'm done with class 8. How's life been, competing and trying to figure out life alone in a foreign country? Whew, it's crazy. So I did foundation year, which was like a 1 year to make sure that you're legit in your studies, to make sure that you're well synced with the system, and to understand what stuff you're going to do in university, like a foundation, because KCPE is not recognized. So I realized something during foundation year, because I was doing ICT, I was doing biology, chemistry, research, though research was something new, but chemistry, mathematics, I was so shocked to see the things that you're being taught ni vitu tulikuwa tumesoma the whole of my 4 years in high school. And I actually realized that Wakenya tuko sawa. I realized that we are studying so much theory and we're so bright because nilipata zote. So by then I had not gotten any friends. I was just living or studying to just prove something, like to just prove, oh, I can do this. I don't want to shame myself and all that stuff. So I was working so hard so that I can get good grades and be at the top. Having that mindset really helped me, because I was curious and I wanted to be associated with the choppies in the class, and that really brought me in a very good position to be able to figure out life in the UK as a person. And then from there were volunteer jobs. By then in the UK unajua sasa, like you see venye tunalipwa in pound and you convert pounds to Kenya shillings, and it's a lot of money. That excitement of having to having to work and getting paid, unlike Kenya where it's very hard to get a part-time job. So it was something exciting, but at the same time it took long for me to get a job, and that meant I could just do anything to just boost my skills, because my CV was not as good as someone who has lived here in the UK. So the easiest thing for me was to do a volunteer job, and I volunteered to become a student ambassador. So through that, I got to know people, I got to exercise my speaking, my confidence skills, my public speaking, because I used to walk people around as prospective students who are coming to Brunel. I tell them all about Brunel University, what courses they have to offer, and I gained so much confidence, and that volunteer jobs opened so many doors for me. That's about studies and working. And another thing I really struggled with is converting Kenya shillings to converting British pound to Kenya shilling, because yani nikienda shop and then I see maybe a very nice coat or a very nice jacket and then it's 70 pounds, then I convert to Kenya shillings, which by then was 140. Unfortunately, right now Kenya shillings, like 1 British pound is equivalent to 200 Kenya shillings. So it's crazy. So I had a very rough time, and I ended up buying clothes that were cheap because I was converting to Kenya shillings. Nilikuwa naishi tu maisha ya hapa chini because I didn't want to spend money on important things. But then with time I realized that you actually need to work on yourself. You actually need to take care of yourself, because my mom is not here, my grandma is not here, no one is here to take care of me. So I started investing. So I could go to Poundland to buy a very strong 70 pound or 100 pound jacket, because I knew by that it would protect me from cold and all that stuff. For now, I've already stopped converting to Kenyan shillings because sasa itakuwa ngumu. This one about food. So basically, I want you to picture this in mind. Growing up, this is what I used to eat. Like hiyo tu ingekuwa like the routine the whole year. So for the 16 years, this is what you've been eating. It's either ugali na skuma, or ugali with cabbage, ugali with ndengu, ugali with beans, and that's enough for you to eat. Or there is rice, and rice you can eat with anything. That includes the the beans, the dengu, the jugu, the cowpeas, and all those food stuff. And then there is this good part of eating chapati during December, Christmas. And then there is nyama choma. That is if you happen to go to the market and you get some good money to buy like a kilo or a quarter of nyama choma. And a good part of eating mutura, like it's just 20 bob, or buying a boiled egg with kachumbari and smoky. So I come here in a foreign country, and remember it's UK, and UK it's international, so you find people from different parts of the world, and that means the restaurants are from different communities. Not really communities, but we have different restaurants with different food and different recipe. So kunaza, if maybe it's Nigerian, more of jollof fry, fufu and all that. If it is Indian restaurant, just know it's food with a lot of chili. If it's Chinese, noodles and all that stuff. So it's just so crazy for me. Like the only spice I knew in a food was salt and Royco cube ama mchuzi mix. So I'm really struggling even now, because every time I go out everywhere in the restaurant, I wasn't very used to eating anything raw. Like if it is like lettuce, zinaitangwa lettuce ama lettuce zenye inakango kwa burger, I used to remove. So imagine I'm seated, like friends, like let's say we are 5 of us, and then I have to remove the lettuce. I used to feel very weird. I used to feel sorry for myself because I didn't know these things. But also I used to tell myself that, you know what, Valentine, this is not your food. You're a kienyeji. I used to tell myself that even now. So I tell myself that I'm a kienyeji, and that puts me in a situation. What's the worst that can happen? Because a kienyeji is someone who like doesn't know stuff. You get? But that thing really hit me, the thing of eating out, because I wasn't used to eating out. And even as you see from my videos, I'm always cooking. You saw last time I cooked dengu and chapati, because that's what I'm used to. I got a very nice job, and so we had induction and we went in a very nice restaurant. And now when you go in that restaurant, you have to order food, okay? So you unapewa menu, you try to read the menu, you don't know what it is. You see jacket potatoes, I don't know what, I don't know, like tapa. Every time I'm always like trying to research, what is this? What does it consist? Does it have onions? Does it have potatoes? Does it have avocado? Then I'll take that. So for the longest time I was doing that. It just makes me feel so evil, like you don't know stuff, but at the same time you just let it be. So you just order something that you don't know, and yeah, unapewa, you're like, okay, this is it, okay, and then you start eating. So what did I do to overcome that, or what did I do to just make sure that I don't embarrass myself? So every Friday, not every Friday, because every Friday eating out is crazy. I would be going out and to a different restaurant and try something new. I've done that a couple of times and also went out with my friends, and this has really helped me because now I can say I know what quesadilla is. I know what tapas. I know what burrito is. I know what halloumi fries mean. You get? So the kienyeji girl, the village girl, was used to graze and just come back and eat ugali and eat sukuma wiki. Now has upgraded to knowing this stuff like halloumi. So if I go to a restaurant, I actually love halloumi fries. So I'll I'll be, halloumi fries, or I want a burrito bowl, and it's just so cool. So that's something I had to maybe learn and relearn, or learn and learn, anything in between. Yeah. Another thing is how, like, sometimes you feel like you don't know stuff, or maybe most of the student here, maybe they went to school earlier. I don't know. You find someone is 21 and they have done masters, but then mimi niko 23 na ndo nang'ang'ana na degree yangu. You get? So I get myself in this situation with 10 people, and they're all discussing about age. They're like, oh, you're 20. Oh, so I want to take a driving lesson. Some of them are driving, they're 20. And they even assume everybody in the group is 20 or 21. So for me, what am I supposed to say? So it's just so funny. I don't feel bad about my age, but now this is what I'm saying, that we should just learn to embrace ourselves and embrace our stories, because at the end of the day, I have done myself good. I have the knowledge that I have. I have taken the risk. I'm living alone. I am disciplined. I am respectful to myself and to people around me, and I have a wisdom. Just like telling me, Val, you're doing your best. You don't need to compete with people. It's okay to appreciate the fact that people know stuff that you don't know, but you just need to do research. We're heading to the world of technology. Technology and internet is something that is not gonna go extinct in the near future. So it's very important, wherever you are, if you're math oriented, you're mathematics oriented, you have that mindset, you're programming, data analysis, and YouTube is like a free university. And Google some programs. How do you start programming? How do you use QGIS? How do you use R Studio? How do you use all these in data analysis? Or how do you use Python, and what is it used for? This is just like information that I didn't know when I was young, but this is information that I can actually invest in a laptop to just teach my cousin who is 8 years, who is 13 years, because I know what it means. I know how it feels to have information available to you. So this is something I'd also want to transfer to you guys, that information is the best thing that you have right now. So it's very good to be informed and taking action to become a better version of yourself, and just be intentional in everything that you do. And of course, we are human beings. We have our own limitations, we have our own insecurities and all that. But at the end of the day, you have to weigh and see which one is this actually going to matter. How is it going to help in my life if I just stay and start worrying or saying, oh, there are no jobs, oh, this is happening, oh, this is. You have to be willing to step out of your comfort zone.